So you have your PC has a host name which resolves an IP address. Okay.
Yeah.
So actually, it only has an IP address. It doesn't have a host name that's just a name that can resolve to an IP address. Now, interesting enough, that can also sort out a lot of your issues of asking what's your IP, okay?
Yeah.
Because if you use, let's say Paul has put a host name on his PC, right? We can access his PC via his host name. So even if he changes his IP,
You can just use it.
yes. So instead of going like http://192.168.1.125, right? You can just say Paul or whatever his PC's host name is, okay?
Yeah.
And the system will automatically convert that into an IP address, okay? So that's number one. Is it double or I think it's okay. Why is it caps lock? Now, so Paul has an IP address, but how many IP addresses does he have? Only one, right? So now, Paul has got a few things running, right?
Yeah.
He has MySQL running. Okay. He has, let's say, I'm going to go a bit further than what Paul normally runs, but I just want to help you understand what it is that we're trying to do. Okay. So he has his Tomcat running, which is the thing that you access the API through. Okay. Okay. He has exam running. Okay, which would be like maybe if you want to run PHP websites and stuff like that, okay? What else? Like, let's think about me. What else do I have running? Okay, but I guess 3 is enough, right? Now the issue is this, right? He has 3 different services running, okay?
Yeah.
But he only has one IP address.
Okay.
Okay, so how do you tell the system
That he has 3 things running.
which one you are trying to? So what you're saying to when Mary makes a call to Paul, she's like, hey, Paul, I want to access. Fuck's sakes. Tomcat, okay? That's what you want to tell him, right?
Okay.
Hey Paul, I want to access Tomcat. Okay.
So that's
Yeah.
when now the import thing comes in.
Yeah, so now, how do we say this in computer speak? Okay, how are we going to say this in computer speak is, okay, hey Paul is, okay, or the host name, depending on what, if he has a host name, okay?
Yeah.
Okay, now, yeah, these things, right, running on his computer, right, they all have ports, right? So this one's running on 3306, this one's running on 8080, this one's running on 80, I think, okay? And each service can even have different ports, okay?
Yeah.
So like this one can also have, okay, and this one. Now what does that mean, right? This is hey Paul unencrypted, okay, meaning I'm going to use HTTP. This is hey Paul encrypted, meaning I'm going to use HTTPS, okay?
Yeah.
So there can even be 2 ports for a specific service. So now in computer speak, what we do is, when we make our network call, right, we're going to say, come on, edit please. We're going to say colon. So what we're telling the computer is, because if we do it just like that, right? It's gonna attempt port 80. That's the default that networks use, okay?
Yeah.
Is 80. So when you type in google.com, you're actually typing google.com:80. If you type https google.com, you're actually typing 443. Okay? But it's just because it's by default, you don't have to type it explicitly. Okay?
Yeah.
But now, so everything actually is always passing a port number. Even when we're browsing the web, there's always a port number being passed. We might not be seeing it. Okay? But now what we're going to be telling it is, hey, Paul, I want to access a :3306. So now you're telling Paul's PC, okay? So imagine this is like a little router, okay? With their own internal IPs. So these are like the services individual IPs. Hey SQL, I want to access you. Okay? If we type here 8080, what are we saying? Hey Tomcat, I'm going to access you unencrypted. So if you type here, let's say HTTPS, right? Sorry, the thing is lagging. If you type here HTTPS and that Tomcat port, this Tomcat port here, right,
Yeah.
is not encrypted. It will also give you an error. Okay. Now, there's another thing that's quite important to understand, okay? There's another keyword that we use in code. So now you understand, like colon is indicating what service are you trying to access on that network, right?
Yeah.
You're getting that now, what is happening there.
Yeah, I get that.
So like, you'll often find like when we go on our Tomcat, okay, I don't want to live stream our Tomcat things on, on YouTube now, but you'll find we have to indicate the port when we want to open Tomcat,
Yeah.
okay? That's how the system knows we're trying to access Tomcat. Now there's another thing that's very important. You oftentimes want to access yourself, right? So there's a thing in code that means myself. Okay? So when I want to call my own things, so because when you start up your Vue project, right?
Yeah.
It always tells you like colon something, right?
Yeah.
You've seen that.
Yeah, I've seen that.
8080, 8081, 8082, like that, right? So now, if you want to access yourself, what you do is you type the same HTTP, HTTPS, depending on whether it's encrypted or not, okay? Then you're going to say localhost,
8080.
meaning me, okay? Or, if you want to impress your friends, 127.001, that also means me, okay? That means I want to access myself, but this is the host name for myself, okay? And this is the IP for myself, is 127.001, okay?
Yeah.
So this is the actual IP for me.
Okay.
Okay, so if you want to, like in your project, point to another one of your own things when it's opening, you use that. Okay? Instead of necessarily using an IP, because every time your IP changes, then you have to change all the configurations. Okay? And then you can use host names to indicate to like Paul or whoever. Instead of using the IPs, host names is very useful for that. Okay? Now, the other thing that I wanted to quickly go through with you, so I think you get this concept, right?
Yeah, I get it.
So a port indicates in that IP what service you're trying to access. So even here, if I want to access SQL, I go like this. If on my own PC, if I want to access maybe encrypted Tomcat on my own PC, I type that. Okay. If I want to access whatever on my own PC, I use that. Okay, so I can actually prove it to you on another way. Let me see if I have a XAMPP running here. So remember that IPs, so let's just start this up. So you see, there's the ports that are showing me for this, okay?
Yeah.
It's telling me for encrypted use 443, for unencrypted use 9995, okay? So now I can prove to you that I can do that, because when I go, just open up a new tab here, I can go 127.00.1 colon 995, okay? And it's gonna open it up for me, okay? Don't worry about this, just because the backend is not running, that it's showing an error now, okay? And then if I put HTTPS and I put colon 4443, okay? Okay, so this is just telling me your certificate's not valid on your HTTPS, but it will still go to that same URL. Okay, that's just a certificate error that that Chrome is throwing. Okay. So just saying, like, you are saying you encrypted, but there's no certificate. You understand?
Yeah.
So point being, you understand now what that port indicator is doing.
Yeah.
And you've even seen when we type 443, right? So even if you type 443 now, like with HTTP, it's going to tell you it's wrong. Yes, because it's not a HTTP port. It has to be HTTPS. Okay? And now check when we type 443 on HTTPS, it even removes the port. Because 443 and 80 are default ports. Okay, so that's when the browser you don't see the ports. But actually it's there. You're getting now what I'm saying, right?
Yeah.
So if I want to access, let's say like SQL, right? On my PC, you see what I'm accessing. 127.0.0.1 colon 3306. You see, that's how I'm accessing SQL on my PC. So it's telling my PC on port 3306, there's an SQL service. Try and connect to it. So this is the way that the network connects to your local computer, is with ports. I hope it's starting to make sense to you, why ports are so important. Okay, then another thing that I want to, not on this, let's go back to Photoshop. Another thing that I wanted to explain to you, right, let's remove, let's flatten the image and remove it. Okay, I want to just quickly go through the concept of an API. Okay, so what is an API? So an API can be best described, right, as a menu at a restaurant. Okay? So the back end, what they do, the back end is the kitchen, right? So the back end is your kitchen. Yeah. Then the kitchen will give you a what? What does the kitchen give the customer? Gives you a menu, right? Oh, there it comes. Okay, so you as the customer get given a menu, right?
Yeah.
That's telling you what the kitchen is able and willing to prepare for you, and a description as to how are they going to serve it to you, okay? Then the thing that basically runs between you and the kitchen, right, which is the waiter, right, in this analogy, right? This is in this is the network. So the waiter is your network, okay?
Yeah.
So you, as a front end, you are seen as a customer in this analogy, okay? So you get given a menu from the kitchen. The kitchen has organized the menu for you, right? Which is like, okay, let's say one of the menu items is get hamburger, right? So then they'll even be telling you like how much you need to pay and whatever the case is to get the hamburger. So let's see that as an object. So you get given that menu, you get given that route, okay?
Yeah.
Get hamburger. The network then takes it to the kitchen, which is the server or the backend application that will then prepare the result, and then it sends it back to you and serves it to you. So that is basically what an API, all it is like a set of menu options that you are given, right? And it's telling you, if you want to get a hamburger, you need to provide me the following things. Then your waiter runs with it to the kitchen preps the food, and then it returns it back to you. There's your hamburger. Okay. So you understand what I'm saying with what?
Yeah.
Do you have any specific questions to this, or
No.
you're getting that concept as well, right? And then all you need to do is imagine there's multiple kitchens. You just need to define the port to say it's this kitchen that I'm talking to. Yes. Okay. So that we just know it's going to the right kitchen, because maybe there's 10 different kitchens, or technically there's 9,000, no, it's more than 9,999, because there's 1-digit options, there's 2-digit options, 3, 4, I think it goes up to 5 numbers, the port numbers. So the server has no idea. You need to just specify, okay, get the hamburger from this particular kitchen. Okay. And obviously from a front end perspective, you need to know what you want, and you need to tell them, this is what I want on my menu. Okay, I need the following items there, and the kitchen needs to then be able to prepare that data for you. Okay?
Yeah.
You getting what I'm saying?
Yeah, I get what you're saying.
And like I was explaining to Paul as well, he needs to tell you, right, what is the expectation for a hamburger? Clearly.
Yeah.
Okay. I hope you're getting the API concept.
Yeah, I do.
Okay, and you're also getting what the port is now. Okay. Do you have any other questions relating to this, or
No.
don't be like last time where you come back and say, but I didn't understand.
Yeah. I must do that.
You understand what I'm saying, right?
Yeah, I do.
Okay. I think then we can